Thank you, Cheryl. Many school districts still facing repercussions of COVID-19 after receiving some low scores on the state report card. However, there does seem to be a common trend across the country, and that's low ACT and SAT scores. ACT scores have dropped to the lowest number in almost 30 years, Alexandria.
That's right, AJ. While many schools are looking to improve low scores, some districts here in Central Illinois are doing better than others. Our Carolina Hassett looked into the scores and has more.
Students struggling with test scores hasn't only been a state problem, but a national problem, with many pointing fingers at the pandemic.
Anytime you have kids out of school for almost 2 years in an unfamiliar format of learning, it's going to be difficult to get out of that hole overnight.
This leaving many schools working towards getting their students back on track.
We set out as a community to define what do we want our students to know and be able to do.
Taking a look statewide at the ACT, when it comes to average Illinois scores, English dipped slightly this year compared to last year, and math seemed to barely increase. Switching over to the SAT, the average score for English increased from last year. Math, on the other hand, seemed to dip. Zooming into several school districts in Central Illinois, District 186 also experienced an increase in English scores, however, is still struggling with math.
Every single math curriculum had an overhaul this year with new materials. We really think it's in a perfect time with the pandemic.
Other districts like Rochester experienced an increase in both math and English this year. Part of this is because of adding peer tutoring and other tools for students.
We increase the opportunity for all children to take AP courses regardless of their financial means.
However, Superintendent Cox said part of getting students back on track had little to do with test prep alone.
We focused on SAT prep by not focusing solely on SAT prep. Communication, empathy, critical thinking, perseverance, adaptability, and leadership. That's what our community said they want our kids to know and be able to do. And then we focused all of our efforts under those umbrellas.
Superintendent Gill echoed this point by saying that good testing starts in the classroom, with the district continuing to adapt its classroom instruction and assessments to Illinois standards.
Colleges are looking at things differently, though, these days. It's important for us to know that there isn't a way to necessarily prep for the SAT other than providing them great core instruction through their years.
Thank you, Carolina. Now, elementary level students take the IAR test, which is the Illinois Assessment of Readiness. District 186 saw an increase in English and a small increase in math scores this year. And to find out more about your school district's test scores, head over to newschannel20.com.